I spend dinner with friends and I know that, subtly on the phone, I'll check my sales and be like, wow, we made, 10 grand during that dinner or something in sales. Or I remember speaking at a conference and while I was on stage, obviously you turn your phone off and keep it, I think I gave it to Becky at the time and came back off stage and I was like, wow, we got all these sales notifications that had come through. And these sound like little things, but they give you that sense of autonomy, that freedom.
What is the laptop lifestyle, you might be thinking? Well, essentially, the way I look at it is being able to live your life, so your lifestyle, wherever you want to be in the world, but you're only dependent on having a laptop to generate that income, no matter where you are. And it's, as I say, something that Lewis and I have been able to achieve. And I think it's a brilliant breakthrough moment when you first realize that actually you can start to live the laptop lifestyle. So it's been a great experience. I'm grateful for it every day that I'm able to live that lifestyle. And Lewis, I'm sure you probably got some experiences that you can share with us from when you first realised that you're able to live the laptop lifestyle.
Yeah, I guess going back right to the beginning of first kind of uncovering this mysterious world of online business and entrepreneurship and e-commerce, some of my very earliest memories of when that penny drop moment happened for me, I think I've talked about on a previous episode, the first sale moment, and it was actually not my finest hour. I was lying in bed ill and got these 2 notifications came through on my phone telling me I'd earned more whilst being there sick in bed than I would have earned had I had gone into my job at the time. Yeah, there's a specific example that I can remember where I was in the gym in the morning and had my laptop with me. So I'd finished my workout and I went and got a coffee and I sat in this the reception of the gym and just got the laptop out and thought I can get in maybe half an hour of work before the day begins. And just being in there and just kind of looking around at the other people, and I was just thinking, I could be doing this all day. At the time I was just doing it, before I would then go and start my normal job. But I just looked and thought, this is all I need. I have my laptop. And whilst I'm in this gym reception here, it wasn't the most glamorous of surroundings, but I was like, well, I could be anywhere in the planet right now and do this. All I need is here at my fingertips. And actually, all I really need is this. Like, I could probably run one of these businesses now just from a phone. And I have done for weeks on end when I've gone away and refused to take my laptop because I'm like, I don't want to have that tie. So yeah, those are probably some of the earliest memories that I remember of thinking, this is kind of the laptop lifestyle, I guess. Like I'm in a gym in the morning, just working, and I'll probably earn more, in the half an hour of work that I do now because of all the sales that will come through to my stores throughout the day than I'll earn in that job working all day and trading my time for money. So I remember this one time that I was on holiday in Barcelona with Becky, and she was my fiance probably at the time, and we were at this hotel in Barcelona and we'd been out for dinner, and the next morning I was up early and went out for a run in the city to kind of explore. And I got my laptop out, I think, in reception back at the hotel, and was just kind of looking through like the orders that had come in the day before and fulfilling things and answering a couple of customer questions on some of my stores at the time. I think I had a VA at that point, early days, so they were starting to fulfill some of the orders for me. And I just thought, again, I'm only here for the weekend. I think we'd taken maybe the Friday off work, but I was like, well, why couldn't I just stay here for the whole week? We at that point, as the business was growing, we were probably earning more money by staying there than we were spending on the trip. So I'd have probably come back from Barcelona after having been there for a week better off. And I think that is the moment where you kind of realize that I can run this business from anywhere in the world. I just need a laptop. And once you have a team who can take care of it, you can kind of say to that team, as I often do, I'm going to be out of contact for a while now. I remember we went on holiday to the Maldives on the trip of a lifetime. And I thought, I'm not going to let work kind of like spoil being in the moment. I really wanted to enjoy it. It was incredible. We kind of landed, went on this seaplane and flew off to this private island resort. And it was just the most incredible trip of a lifetime. And I said to my team before I go, I'm just warning you, I will be like gone for this time. I will be out of contact. Unless the business is burning down, then don't contact me. And they didn't. And it was amazing. I came back and, as I say, we probably made more money in that time than the trip cost. So we covered the cost of the trip and I didn't even get involved. So I think that's the thing that a laptop lifestyle can do for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a laptop with you at all times and be working. A lot of the time, it just means that you could get anything done with a laptop or a phone. But actually, when you have a team in place and you're really a business owner and you're not just someone working on a laptop, then you can go and enjoy, the time. Like I spend dinner with friends and I know that, subtly on the phone, I'll check my sales and be like, wow, we made, 10 grand during that dinner or something in sales. Or I remember speaking at a conference and while I was on stage, obviously you turn your phone off and keep it, I think I gave it to Becky at the time, and came back off stage, and I was like, wow, I got all these sales notifications that had come through. And these sound like little things, but they give you that sense of autonomy, that freedom. You know, Christmas Day, for example, I wouldn't work on Christmas Day. I'd be with my family. But whilst I'm out on a walk on Christmas Day with my family, I'm still getting notifications coming through on stores because people are still buying stuff online on that day. And I think it's just knowing that I really value my routine, and I can get up and I know that I don't have to answer to a boss. I don't have to book annual leave if I want to just go traveling, you know, go to the other side of the planet. I control my life. I have full autonomy over it. And for me, I think that's what the freedom that the laptop lifestyle provides means. It doesn't mean that I need to be at a laptop at all hours of the day. It means that the laptop's there should I need it, but I've set up systems so that most of the time I don't.
I think that's it. I think you touched on there what it is for me, and what it is for probably for a lot of people is the freedom side of it. So that's really what the laptop lifestyle allows. It's the choice. So obviously, Lewis, we're not all as active as you. I know obviously a lot of the times that you seem to spend and enjoy the laptop lifestyle is when you're active, you know, going to the gym or going for a run. But that's it. You can choose to do that if you want to, or you can go away, go on holiday, travel, and do, you know, essentially sort of spend your time how you see fit. For me, when I realized that I really wanted to live the laptop lifestyle, it was when I was traveling, when I was still working a 9-to-5 job, but I actually took some time off that job to go away to New Zealand. It was right at the start of 2020, so that trip was cut short, but that's another story. But I was in New Zealand, and obviously I was having the time of my life traveling around the country, but I knew that it wasn't going to be sustainable. It was basically, I called it traveling, but it was a holiday because I was just spending my savings to be out there. And while I was there, I wasn't earning any income because I was away from my 9-to-5 job. And I was sat there in the hostel or probably by the coast somewhere in New Zealand, looking out, thinking, I would love to do this full time without having that trip booked, the flight booked to go home when my money runs out. And that's how it was. And I looked at it and thought, how can I make this so it's something that's sustainable, so I can be earning as much as I'm spending out here, you know, or even more, and go back with more money than I left. And then that leaves me with the enviable decision that I can go back whenever I choose, instead of having to go back when my savings ran out. And that's exactly how it was. So it is actually that trip sort of sparked that in my mind that, wow, there's people out here and I can see them in hostels with their MacBooks out of the hostel desk, and they don't need to go back because they can just carry on earning while they're out there. But there was me spending my savings, knowing at some point there's a deadline. I'm watching the date getting nearer and nearer to my flight back, and then having to go back to that 9-to-5 job.